Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are continuing with lesson 10, Vive la République, Long Live the Republic. This is the part 2 of this chapter. The textbook which we are discussing is Entre Jeunes Class 10, the textbook prescribed by CBSE for class 10 French students. And all my other videos based on this particular textbook are present in the playlist titled Entre Jeunes Class 10. The link to the playlist is provided in the description box below. So, now we are going to discuss about what? We are on page number 87. In the middle of it, j'observe, I observe. Style direct, style indirect, type de phrase, the types of phrases, direct and indirect. Basically, we are doing direct and indirect speech, right? I have a few videos based on those already on my channel, so you can watch those videos as well. They would be helpful. The links are provided in the description box below, but still we are going to discuss everything which is mentioned in the book. So, okay, let's see. Le prof parle à Denise. So the professor speaks to Dennis. Dennis ne l'entend pas bien, alors Marc répétait ses paroles. So Dennis did not listen well. Then Mark repeated his words. Okay. So what is direct speech? For example, person A is speaking to person B. Okay. And the third person, C, is quoting person A's words in the same way, the way he or she spoke. Right? Like in direct speech, we use inverted commas. In French, we use brackets like this. Like in English, we have double inverted commas. Right? For this purpose. And now what is indirect speech? When C is quoting the words of A by bringing a change into it. Right? Like by subject would change. For example, if person A is saying I am, so when C is quoting indirectly, it would become what? He is or she is. Right? So the verb form will also change, and also similarly the adjective possessive will also change. So there are a few more changes. We are going to discuss all of these. I hope that would be covered in these examples. So let's see how to form direct, indirect speech in French. So, phrase déclarative. A declarative phrase to declare something. For example, direct phrase given in the book is what? Il pleut. Okay, il pleut. Now, what will be the indirect one? It would be like the professor is saying, so il dit qu'il pleut. Okay, like in indirect speech, the brackets are gone, right? Phrase imperative. In an imperative statement, how to do direct indirect? Like in the book, it's given, viens ce soir, come this evening, il te demande de venir ce soir. So, for imperative, right, what do we do? First, of course, we need to add this, il dit, like here it should be demande, like imperative is to give orders, right? So, il te demande, then the, okay, and then verb will become infinitive. Okay, in infinitive form, the venir ce soir. That's how we do for imperative. For another example, ne va pas chez lui. Ne va pas chez lui. Don't go to his place. Imperative form, negative imperative form of aller. So what will be the indirect form of it? Il te demande de ne pas aller. Okay, so when you are doing indirect, the will be there, but then here ne pas will come together. Okay, for example, it is ne viens pas ce soir. Okay, So it would be il te demande de ne pas venir ce soir. Similarly, it would be here like ne pas together, then aller chez lui, rest of the sentence. Now, phrase interrogative. One point to be noted here that in direct speech inversion is possible. Okay. But in indirect speech, like inversion, you must be knowing subject and verb interchange. Like it's the third rule, a third form of interrogation in French, right? So that thing is there in direct speech, but it could not be really seen in indirect speech. Okay, it is quite unlikely to find it. Let's have a few examples. Tu manges chez toi. So the statement is tu manges chez toi. Normal interrogative statement with a question mark. So how to do it? Like in indirect, it would be il te demande si tu manges chez toi. So, il te demande si. Like the si will get added up. What will it translate to? He asked you if you ate at your place. Okay. Second, qu'est-ce que tu bois? What do you drink? So for qu'est-ce que, like instead of si, it will become ce que. Okay. So qu'est-ce que tu bois? Il te demande ce que tu bois. Okay? Now you might think like why the subject is not changing. See, read the first statement of this table. Like it's given like the professor is speaking to Dennis, but Dennis didn't listen well, so Mark is repeating the professor's words. Okay, so professor was addressing Dennis as tu, so and Mark is repeating his words in indirect form. So he will be using the subject tu only, right? Because he's informing Dennis. Okay. Il te demande ce que tu bois. Fine. Qui va en France? Who went to France? Who go to France? Who go to France? Who goes to France? Who went to France? Oh, qui va en France? Like it should be in some tense, like present tense. Sounds a bit odd here. Il te demande qui va en France. Simple when qui is there. So, like the first part of the statement, il te demande, and then in the middle, qui, and then the rest of the sentence, qui va en France. Qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Il te demande ce qui t'arrive. Okay. So, qu'est-ce qui? When there's qu'est-ce que, then ce que. When there's qu'est-ce qui, then ce qui. What does qu'est-ce qui t'arrive mean? What has happened to you? So, il te demande, he asked you that what has happened to you. Demande ce qui t'arrive. Okay. Next we have qui invite tu ce soir? Who invited you this evening? Il te demande qui tu invites ce soir. So he asked you who invited you this evening. See, invited tu. Inversion. That became like in normal form, like the subject first and then a verb afterwards. The inversion got removed, right? It became tu invite instead of invite tu. So this thing you need to see, like in direct speech, inversion is if it's there, then in indirect it will become back to normal, right? Subject first and then the verb. Next we have comment vas-tu à l'école? How do you go to the school? Elle te demande comment tu vas à l'école. He asked you how you go to the school. Again, vas-tu becomes tu vas and comment will be comment there only. Right? Il te demande comment two bar alcohol. One more thing to be noted, that when you are writing in indirect speech, then no need of these brackets, right? Quand viens-tu chez moi? When do you come to my place? Il te demande quand tu viens chez lui. Chez moi, why did it become lui? See, again the same thing, like the professor is speaking to Dennis, right? Professor is speaking to Dennis, he is asking, when do you come to my home? Okay, to my home. But then when Mark is repeating his words to Dennis, of course he won't repeat like to my home. No, he would say it like to Professor's home, to his home. Right, that's why chez lui. So, il te demande quand tu viens chez lui. ये था आपका डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच. डायरेक्ट स्पीच क्या होता है? जब थर्ड पर्सन कोट कर रहा हो एग्जैक्ट सेम वर्ड्स में, राइट? जब आप किसी के वर्ड्स एग्जैक्ट फॉर्म में कोट करते हो तब वो होता है डायरेक्ट स्पीच. और जब आप एग्जैक्ट फॉर्म में नहीं करते तब वो हो गया इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच. इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में आपका सब्जेक्ट भी चेंज हो सकता है, वर्ब, अगर सब्जेक्ट चेंज हुआ तो आपका वर्ब का कॉन्जुगेशन भी चेंज हो जाएगा. अगर सब्जेक्ट में चेंज आया तो अगर कोई एडजेक्टिव पोजेसिव या प्रोनो पोजेसिव है तो वो भी चेंज हो जाएगा. प्रोनो टोनिक है या प्रोनो रिफ्लेक्शी है, उसमें भी चेंज आ सकता है, राइट? सो दिस वुड ऑल वेरी डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द क्वेश्चन, राइट? सो à toi, écris ces phrases au discours indirect. आपको यहाँ पर डायरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट दे रखे हैं, उनको आपको इनडायरेक्ट करना है. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग. Your mère parle à son fille. So all the statements are given in direct form. सब जो आपको ऑप्शंस दे रखे हैं क्वेश्चन के, वो सारे क्या है? डायरेक्ट फॉर्म में, उनको आपको इनडायरेक्ट करना है. तो your mère parle à son fille. A mother speaks to her son. Let's make it in indirect. So elle lui demande. Elle lui demande, like in imperative also it's better to use demande, like in and most of them are for questions only, so yeah. Elle lui demande. Now elle lui demande will be repeating in most of these, so I won't be writing this again and again because of the space constraint and the time constraint. But if you get a question like this in the exam, you need to write a full statement. So, fait ton devoir. Elle lui demande de faire son devoir. In infinitive, we add a de while converting to indirect speech, and then the verb becomes in infinitive form, right? And then the rest of the statement, like fais ton devoir is there, right? Do your homework. In indirect speech, what will you say? Like she asked him to do his homework, right? So the adjective possessive will change. So the faire son devoir. Okay. Number 2, we have ne mange pas trop de chocolat. So don't eat a lot of chocolate. So ne mange pas, imperative, right? So elle lui demande, like this thing will be repeated here. Elle lui demande de ne pas manger trop de chocolat. It's a negative, right? So ne pas will come together. Number 3, we have qu'est-ce qui t'intéresse beaucoup. So who interests you? Okay. Qu'est-ce qui? So elle te demande, like again the same thing. Ce qui. Qu'est-ce qui becomes ce qui in indirect, right? Ce qui. Now tu will become il. Il. Then the verb conjugation will also become different. Qui t'intéresse. Il It should be lengthless, right? The will become L and tres beaucoup. Okay. Like pronoun te in a direct form will become the direct object pronoun, right? COD. So L apostrophe because entrance begins with a vowel. Okay. Entrance beaucoup. Fine. Wait. No question mark. Yeah. Question number 4. Qu'est-ce que tu fais ce soir? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Sucker. Right. So and we demand the same thing will be repeated here. Qu'est-ce que will become sucker. Okay. Sucker. Suckle. QU apostrophe because L begins with a vowel. Il fait s'asseoir. Verb form will change because the subject has changed. Number 5. We have aimes-tu ce plat? Simple inversion, right? So it would be what? Wait, let me just check one thing. Yeah. Elle lui demande s'il aime ce plat. Okay. Elle, oh God, I am writing this again. Elle lui demande s'il aime ce plat. Simple. Number 6, we have pourquoi sors-tu le soir? So why do you move out in the evenings? Okay, so elle lui demande pourquoi will remain pourquoi only. So elle lui demande will remain here, and it would be what? Pourquoi? Pourquoi? Subject will change. Il. Subject has changed to verb. Conjugation will also change. S-O-R-T. So, third person singular conjugation of sortir. Le soir. Okay. Number 7. What do we have here? Combien de pommes as-tu acheté? How many apples did you buy? Elle lui demande. Combien will remain combien only. So, elle lui demande. Same thing. Then combien. Combien de pommes. Now it's as-tu acheté, right? In direct it's as-tu acheté. But in this thing, indirect, it will become il a. The inversion goes away, right? So il a acheté. Simple. Right. Yeah. Acheté. Wait. I will confirm about this agreement, whether agreement should come in this in that form or not, because I'm not very sure about it. So I will confirm it in the chat box, in the comment section, or in the description box. I always say chat box, I don't know why. So what do we have next? We have quand reviens-tu de l'école? So when do you return from school? Elle lui demande. Quand will remain quand only. Right, elle lui demande. I'm not writing it again. Elle lui demande. Quand il revient. Subject changed to verb also. Conjugation changed. De l'école. Okay, full stop. Question number 9. Like, why you would put a question mark? Like, it's no longer a question, it's a statement. It has become a statement, right? Like in direct speech, you quote the exact word, so bracket, bracket, and then bracket, bracket. Like double brackets, and then at the end of the question, question mark, right? But what's the need in indirect speech? Like, it has become a statement, isn't it? Next we have où vas-tu pour les vacances? Where did you go for the vacations? Elle lui demande où il va. Okay. So elle demande où il va pour les vacances. And the last one. Okay, last one, it's like it is pleasant. Il fait beau. Then you can, here you can write elle lui dit. Like il fait beau. Like it's not a question, right? Elle lui dit qu'il, like ideally should be que, but it became QU apostrophe because it begins with a vowel. Qu'il fait beau. Simple. So, let's put a halt here. Say to push you do that's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel Entre Jeunes Class. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Entre Jeunes Class. See you in my next video, lesson 10. Vive la République, part 3. Thanks for watching, au revoir, n'oubliez pas encore langue française et l'amour.